Well, hello, and welcome to the final day of my three-part LinkedIn Live series on how to build a business around your day job. Now, if you are new in town and this is your first time tuning in, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for this last day. But don't worry, if you missed day one and day two, you can still get the replay on LinkedIn and also on my YouTube channel. We can find both as Mildred Talabi. Now, I'd love for you to let me know where you are in the world. If you are watching live, please drop a comment. Let me know who you are, where you are watching in the world. That would be awesome. But yes, as I said, we have been talking about how to build a business around your day job over the last 3 days. Now, day one, we started with the question of, I have a career, I have a job, like why do I actually need a business on the side? Now, on that first day, I gave four good reasons why you should definitely strongly consider having a business on the side. Even if you're in a day job that you're happy with, you're in a career that you're happy with, it's a really good idea to have some kind of extra income that you generate from a business that you have on the side. And I know this because I've been through it. My entire career, I've had one foot in both realms. And I'm telling you, you get to enjoy the best of both worlds. And that business has come in useful. I've done various business over the years, but they have come in useful in several different points of our lives, for whether it's for the financial reason, for a different reason, but it has been a real blessing. So if you missed day one, go and check that out, and you can watch that one and hear the four good reasons why you should consider, if you're not already considering it, having that business on the side alongside your day job. And yes, you do not have to quit your day job to have a business on the side, to have a healthy side business. Okay. So that was day one. Day two, we talked about how to still be excellent as an employee, even with a business on the side, because you have to balance both worlds. Now, we don't want you running your business on the side and then becoming the worst person in the workplace, because that's the very quick fire recipe to getting sacked and losing the job. And we don't want to do that. We want you to become an asset in your workplace, using the skills that you have in your business and all the things that you learn from running a business. I'm telling you, running a business is one of the most not just beneficial, but it's one of the things that you can do that teaches you so much. It teaches you so much, and it can happen in such a short space of time. If you're running a business, even if it's a small one, but something where you're providing a service or a product that other people are engaging in, there's so much you have to learn to make that thing work. So it's an excellent learning process. The only other thing that tops that was probably parenting. You learn in so many different ways as a parent, but that's a show for another time. So that was what we talked about on day two, how to still be excellent as an employee and have a business on the side. And today we are going to talk about the 10 businesses that you can start without leaving your day job. But just by way of a quick intro, in case you don't know, my name is Mildred Talabi. My new direction is that I am a business coach for career women. Prior to that, I spent 6 years, doing coaching women on visibilities, particularly around showing up on LinkedIn in a way that you can build powerful personal brands for your career and or your business. So that was great. Loads of things around that. I have, including the movement Start Being Visible and my book called Start Being Visible, which you can find on Amazon alongside my other books as well. But so very, very recently, I decided to move in this direction of helping women build businesses around their day job, because I realized that this is what I've done my entire life. This is what I do. Even now, I work in contracting. I'm in communications is my realm. I do contracting work around that, but I also have my business that I run on the side that I do alongside my work. And it's never been a conflict. In fact, it's been a blessing to me, to the organizations that I've worked in, because I've been able to bring so much added value in each of the roles that I've occupied in over the years. So I talk from experience, not just my own experience. I've also supported other women to do this as well. So if you're on the fence and you're thinking, oh, I don't know, there's that idea I've had in my head for a long time that I want to pursue, now is the time. Let this be your permission, your wake up call, whatever it needs to be, to go forth and pursue having that side business, but also keeping your day job. So you absolutely can do both. I know we're so used to, as women, we hear often, oh, you can't have it all. You know, you can't have the career and the family. You can't have this and that. You have to choose. Well, I'm telling you, you don't have to choose. You can have a good job that you love, that pays you, gives you that financial security, and you can have a business on the side that gives you additional things and provides extra income and so much more. So that is what I'm here to help you do. And if that resonates in any way, do reach out to me on LinkedIn. If we're not already connected, let's connect. If we are connected, send me a message and let's talk about how we can help you. But before we get into today's topic of the 10 businesses you can start without leaving your day job, I want to let you know that next Thursday, I am running a workshop called Turn Your Expertise into Extra Income. It's an online workshop in the evening, Thursday, 30th of July, 6 p.m. UK time. This is where we're going to talk about, I'm going to help you identify the possible businesses that you can start in particular, and then build a roadmap on how you can go about that process. So if you are at all thinking and entertaining the idea of building a side business alongside your day job, this is the workshop for you. If you've had the idea and you're already convinced that you're going to do this, but you don't know how to get started, this is the workshop for you. So go to mildredtalabi.com/expert number 2 income, and you'll be able to see the details of the workshop there and register for your ticket. So I look forward to joining you, for you joining me there. Okay. So hello, Frida from Namibia. Lovely to have you online with us. So please do say hello in the comments and log in as you log in, and say hello. Let me know where in the world you're tuning in from. But let's get into today's content. Today we are talking about the 10 businesses that you can start without leaving your day job. Now, these are a mix of service businesses and product businesses. I must say that my own experience over the years has been in service businesses. You know, I do have friends and clients that I've worked with who have product businesses, but my strength is in service businesses. So that is where I lean to the most. But you can, of course, do good product businesses alongside your day job as well. And I have a good friend who actually does this really well. So her day job is in marketing, and outside of that, she runs a hair bow accessory business, you know, for girls, which is excellent. So you absolutely can do both. Don't limit yourself. But okay, before I give you the 10, I want you to remember also that the best business isn't necessarily the one that's the trendiest, or, you know, don't hop on the trend like this is what everybody's doing, or just, oh, this is what I should do. Just, it's the best business is the one that it can either build on an expertise that you already have, or a skill that you have, you know, that you sometimes you may not even be aware of the skill that you have until someone else points it out to you. If there's something that people keep telling you that you're good at and maybe you've taken for granted, maybe it's time to pay attention. You know, that could be a side business that could turn into something alongside your day job. But okay, so let's hit this list of the top. Well, I didn't say it doesn't have to be the top, but these are just 10 businesses that you can start without leaving your day job. The first one is coaching, which is what I've done and I'm doing in this new transition as well. Coaching, if you have learned anything and you're a little bit ahead, you don't have to be miles ahead of the people you're coaching. Just a little bit ahead is enough, right? You can coach somebody else along that journey. So you can set yourself up as whether it's career coaching, leadership coaching, business coaching, fitness coaching, confidence coaching, you know, parenting coaching. There is so much options out there, you know, for coaching, and it's relatively easy entry. Now, you might be thinking, oh, but I don't have a coaching qualification. And I'm in a business group over on Facebook where one of the women asked this question. She said, I've been exploring what businesses I can do, and I kind of landed on coaching, but I've been kind of put off because I don't have any coaching qualifications, and it's going to cost about 4K at least to do the training. And that's 4K that I don't have. So I'm kind of stuck. So I said to her, listen, do not buy into that trap of I have to have X in order to do Y. Now, there are definitely coaching qualifications that you can have and you can pursue, but it is not necessary to get into the world of coaching to have the qualifications before you do, because I tell you this, what your clients are looking for from you is not how many letters are after your name. They're looking for results. Can you give me the results that I'm looking for, that you promise that you're going to give me? If the answer is yes, I don't know who's going to say, but hold on a minute, but you don't have a coaching qualification, so i am not going to I'm not going to take the results that you've proven that you can deliver. So, and I say this from personal experience, because I talked about my last business that I did coaching for 6 years. It was around the umbrella of LinkedIn visibility coaching, but to be honest, there's a lot of business coaching going on there with elements of confidence coaching, etc., because helping women to overcome the boundaries and the barriers that were stopping them from being visible in the first place. So I do not have a coaching qualification. I have a lot of other qualifications: journalism, media, internal comms, whatever else, but coaching is not one of them. But I have a life experience, and I have proven results from doing the things. Before I got results from clients, I got results from doing the stuff from myself. And then I started working with small group of clients, charging a little at first, building up that experience and getting results for other people, and then taking it from there. So you can absolutely do the same thing. Start small, prove the results, grow your base from there. If down the line you then decide, I want to get a proper coaching qualification and do this seriously, then that is entirely up to you. And at that point, you would have built up enough credibility and enough income to make it happen, for yourself. So do not think that I don't have a qualification. Don't let that be an obstacle that stops you from going down this avenue of coaching. The pros of coaching is that it has very low startup cost and very high income potential. That's a good balance. That's what we're looking for, right? So you can potentially earn a lot from there. It's got flexible hours, so you can start with evenings, weekends, and you can and which means that it can fit around your job, because remember, we're looking at roles, at businesses we can do around your day job. So the flexible hours is great, and it's a fantastic way to build your personal brand as well, because a coaching business is based on you, the coach. So as you start to show up and all of that, you build your brand in the process. So loads of pros there. Some cons: it takes time to build out. You need credibility for it. So you need to have credibility in the area that you're claiming expertise in. So build that credibility. And then lastly, it requires marketing. You can't be a coach that just doesn't tell anybody about what you do, because you'll have no clients. So those are the cons. And so that's the first one. If any of this resonates and sounds like, yeah, I think that's the one that I should go into, just drop it in the comments and let me know your thoughts on that. Okay, number two, in terms of the businesses, the 10 businesses you can start without leaving your day job. Number two is consulting. A little bit similar to coaching, but kind of it tends to be more business to business. You're offering your services to businesses. So examples of this: you're helping organizations solve problems, essentially. So examples: you can do HR consultancy, communications consultancy, finance, marketing, operations, project management. So the pros of consulting is that it has the highest earning potential, because you're working with B2B, business to business clients specifically most of the time, and you can leverage your existing career for to go into consulting, but you need to be careful that there is no conflict of interest, and we spoke about that in day two of the live, so go check that out if you missed it. And then premium pricing: you can charge a lot for consulting, and you can be paid a lot, so it's a really great income booster. The downside: it can become time intensive. It could potentially, depending on how you play it, it could potentially not be something that you can do as easily alongside your day job, unless, for example, you work 4 days a week for your organization, then you do 1 day a week of consulting. Other than that, evenings and weekends don't really work for consulting, because the companies that you're targeting generally are not open evenings and weekends. So that's probably a downside. And you also need to have good contacts, so it requires a lot of networking, so you can build that base of people who can potentially use your service. But it's a good place to look into for a business that can fit around your day job. All right. Number three, freelancing. Now, freelancing is doing work that people don't want to do themselves. So this could be anything from copywriting, graphic designing, video editing, VA work, social media. I must put a big caveat here that if we were talking about this maybe 2 years ago, maybe even a year ago, I would have said, yes, there's lots of income potential here. However, because of AI, because of the likes of ChatGPT, Claude, and the rest of them who can generate copy, who can generate images, who can do all of these things at a fraction, if any cost at all, it has really hit the freelancing industry hard. I did freelancing at the beginning of my career and copywriting and a few other things. And back then you could really earn and really build a solid thing around it. But these days, I must say it's trickier than it was before. However, because people are going to chat GPT and all the rest of it to get the stuff that they would normally go to freelancers for. But I think there's gonna be a turn at some point. Even myself, I've had that turn initially when it was like, oh my God, AI can do this. I'm gonna ask it to help me with polish my LinkedIn post. I'm gonna ask it to help me with my website. I'm gonna ask it to help me with this, or maybe this graphic design. Now I'm kind of sick of the AI content. I'm kind of sick of its style. When you get to know somebody, you get to know their voice, right? And I'm a little bit sick of ChatGPT's voice. I don't want ChatGPT's voice in my stuff. I want my own stuff. So I do my own thing a lot. Even the other day, even like the designs for this, when I have the time, that is. If I need something quick and dirty right now, then maybe I'll go there. Like, my Substack images, I use ChatGPT or for that. But the content, never, ever, 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 ever. That's all me, warts and all. Love that. So I say freelancing, it went a little bit of a tangent there, but freelancing still is worth it in the sense that if you can market yourself and really stand out and provide something that's not the same bog standard stuff that chat gpt and the rest are giving people, then you can potentially build something there that's still worth doing. So the pros are freelancing is easy to start, fast to start, is easy to get your first income, especially if you sign up on sites like Fiverr and People Per Hour and Upwork, etc. However, actually, no, let me not say it's easy to get your first income on those sites, because it's not. Again, something I have direct experience from. And the reason it's not as easy is because often on those sites, it's a race to the bottom. There's always going to be someone in another country. If you're based in like the UK or US or whatever, there's always going to be someone in the country somewhere else who can provide the same service, even better potentially, at a dirt cheap price. So if you compete on price, you will lose. So you have to establish yourself as a premium freelance if you really want to stand out on those platforms. But apart from that, so freelancing, you already have the existing skills to make it work. The cons, however, is that you're trading time for money. So it's like a job in a sense, like your day job. And we don't really want to do that, to be honest. The income stops when you stop working. So that's it. You're not building a system, you're building something that you're employed by. You are an employee again, just in a different capacity. And as I mentioned, the platforms are very competitive. So that's something to watch out for. Okay, if this is helpful so far, let me know. And if it's sparking ideas for you, also let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what's showing up for you as we go through these. Right, business number 4 is teaching or tutoring. Teaching and or tutoring is a great business that you can start without leaving your day job. So this could be academic tutoring, music, languages, coding, art, exam prep, all the above, and more. If you know something and you can teach somebody else or tutor somebody else, you can get paid for it. So as well as what I'm doing here with the business coaching, I have a tutoring business which I co-founded with my husband earlier this year. My husband is a teacher, a primary school teacher. So we've put we put our first oldest daughter through the grammar school process. Thank God she starts in September. We're excited. We got in. Our little one is currently going through the process. So once she passes her exam, she's going to join her sister next year. 2 seconds. So, because my husband is a teacher, he's been asked for so long. People have said, "Oh, do you offer tutoring? Do you offer tutoring?" And at the time, we didn't. It was never the right time until this year. So we set up a tutoring business, which he's able to do alongside his teaching job, and teaching, if you know anything about teaching jobs, they are intense. Please do not envy teachers and say they have 6 weeks summer holidays and they have 2 weeks summer Easter holidays, etc., etc. They work really hard. And the pay does not reflect how hard teachers work. I see this firsthand. Okay. So, anyway, we've set up a tutoring business, which is doing quite well, so it's called Best Chance Tuition. So, that's something that you can set up on the side. If you've got a skill, if you've got something that you can teach people, set up a teaching tutoring business. The pros: consistent income. So if you're teaching someone something they have to learn, like a course, it's normally not a one-off. They need a program to get through it, so they keep coming back. So the income is consistent and predictable in that sense. Usually referrals are easy. If you're good at what you do, the word will start spreading. Someone will tell, one of your clients will tell somebody else, and they'll tell somebody else because you're good. If you're not good, the word will spread, but just not in your favor. So be good. Okay. And then it's also flexible. So again, it's a perfect job to have, a perfect business to have around your day job, because you can do it in the evenings, you can do it in the weekend. Very, very flexible to done to get going with. Cons are, some of the cons are, you may have to do evening and weekend work. You probably have to do evening and weekend works. And if you're somebody who likes to come home after work, put your feet up and watch Netflix, then it's gonna clash with that. But if you are trying to build something, then you're probably not going to be coming home and putting your feet up and watching Netflix every day, because that's time you could be putting into something else. There is, of course, a time for Netflix, always a time for Netflix, but just also carve out time to build something for yourself too. And the another con is limited scalability. If you're offering tutoring services and it's you, again, in a similar way, if you're not there, the business won't function. And to scale it up, you even now have to look at training other people to do what you do and expanding that way, or adding more hours, more time, etc., to what you already do. So you can become stretched quite thin. So that's something to consider. Okay, so that's four so far. We're gonna take I just want to remind you, in case you're tuning in, if you want to really kind of dive in and see what business you can start based on your existing skills and expertise, I can help you identify that. And I'm running a workshop on Thursday, the 30th of July, which is called Turn Your Expertise into Extra Income, where we're gonna go into the fullness of how to make this happen. So go to the website link that you can see there, mildredtalabi.com/expert to income, to register yourself for a ticket. And I can definitely help you get to that place of knowing, having that clarity around the business that you want to start. Okay, so going back to the 10 businesses, we're going to do the rest a little bit faster because of the fact that this is a half an hour show and I don't want to go over time. So, number 5 business that you can start, one of the 10 business you can start without leaving your day job: digital products. So creating digital products, templates, dashboards, planners, CV templates, prompt packs, Canva templates, worksheets, whatever it is, creating something that people can buy from you over and over and over and over and over again, and they can DIY themselves. So the pros: passive income. You don't have an inventory and it's highly scalable. So you don't have books or boxes sitting at home in your garage, waiting for people to buy. Digital is just there and it's highly scalable. You can do as much of that as you want. There's pretty much no limitation. The cons: it takes time before making sales. And marketing is everything. If you don't market yourself, you will not make any sales. If you don't market the business, and it will take time. It likely takes time for your first sale, and then it will take more time after that. I have digital products, but they're part of the wealth of everything else that I did in my previous business. So yeah, and I tell you, the marketing is hard for digital products. Okay, if you're not doing paid advertising, that is. Number 6, business number 6, online courses. Again, a little bit similar to digital products. This is a way for you to turn your expertise into learning, something that someone can learn from. So you can create courses about whatever it is that you're good at: cooking courses, sewing courses, singing courses, LinkedIn courses, which I have. I've got those. Go to startbeinvisible.com and you'll find them. So, but the pros of courses, online courses, that they are scalable. There are high margins. You can make potentially a lot from the courses, and it builds your authority. The cons, you got to put in a lot of work up front, to create the course in the first place. And you need an audience to be able to sell it to. If you don't have an audience, you have no business. An audience is massive for things around digital products, etc. So that's something to consider. All right, business number 7, membership community. So creating some kind of membership community where you pull people together on common interests. So this could be, and you get monthly recurring income from it. So this could be around accountability, some kind of networking, something that they learn in a mastermind, but some kind of membership community where people of like-minded are pulled together and they pay you a sum for that privilege of pulling them together and what else you're sharing in that time. So the pros, you get recurring revenue, you build a wonderful community, and you get predictable income. I had a membership community, Visible Women Tribe, in the past. A lovely, lovely group of women. Really wonderful experience to build a community like that. And I'd likely do another one again with this new community. So watch the space in future, not now. The cons, it needs consistent content and retention matters. You need to be able to retain people. Otherwise, if you have one in and one out, one in, one out, it's like a rotating doors and it doesn't work for you and it won't give you that extra income and lifestyle business that you may probably looking for. But it is a good thing to have. Okay, number 8, events and workshop. Now these are, they're not strictly businesses as such, but you can create one-off events and workshops. Again, you're bringing people together for a common goal where you're either teaching them something valuable or you're bringing them together in a valuable way. You can charge for tickets for it, so this is like something that you can do around your day job. So it doesn't have to be every week or whatever. These can be, especially events take a while to plan. Events is one of my key skills, which I use in my comms rod and in my business as well. But because events take a while to plan, usually good events, that is, it's not something you're going to be doing regularly, but it is something that can give you extra income each time you do it. So something worth considering. And when it does, it gives you quick revenue. So if someone pays for your, like my workshop that I'm running on the 30th, if you pay for it, the cost is so low. I'm not doing that one for money. It's more for the commitment. So somebody pays for it. They're there. You get some quick revenue. It allows you to generate interest. So people who attend your event may be interested in other things that you might offer. So it's a good way to get people into your flow. Gives you opportunity to test ideas that you might have, see what's resonating with people. On the downside, you need to be confident presenting, standing in front of people, etc., and all of that, whether that's digital or in person. And unless you're just bringing together other speakers, which is also a format that could work. And you need an audience. You're going to need to get bums and seats. So you need to figure out how you're going to market to people to get them there. Okay, 2 more, and then we call it a day and we'll wrap this up. So, business number 9 of the 10 businesses that you can build around your day job is physical products. So, digital products we talked about earlier, physical products are things that you can create. So, journals, children resources, gifts, stationery, merchandise, so many. I spoke about my friend who has his hair bow business. So, you can have physical products that people buy from you. The pros, it is scalable and you can outsource fulfillment, so you don't have to pack it out of your attic and post to people manually. You can outsource that side of things. The cons, you have to carry an inventory, so you need the stock wherever it is. You need the stock there, and you have to, there's shipping to consider, and then which kind of reduces your margins because there's all these other elements involved. So good business, but maybe a little bit more intensive than some of the others. And then the final one is a content creator business. That this is not an influencer, someone who just shows up and tells people what you're drinking that day, what coffee you're drinking and what mug. So this is a content creator where you teach something through content and you show up and you do it regularly. I guess that's kind of how my LinkedIn coaching business started. I didn't intend to be a content creator, but I was teaching content and showing up, and that led to so much more. So as a content creator, you get revenue through speaking, through sponsorship, through courses, coaching, books, all the above that we mentioned. There's so many different ways, but your core thing is you create content that helps people and you just diversify how it comes out. The pros is that it builds every other business and it also builds your authority and your credibility. So it's a great business for personal brand. And the cons are it is the slowest to monetize because it takes a while to build that know me, like me, trust me factor, that trust, that credibility that actually one has people knocking on your doors for speaking opportunities and for brand deals and all the rest of it. And it requires you to be consistent. You need to be showing up regularly. Now, if you're someone who doesn't love showing up regularly on social media, you're going to hate that. So it may not be the right choice for you. But if you are, it may be a good choice for you. So, but anyway, of all these 10, let me know which one of these most resonates with you, which one that you're thinking that you're either going to start or you're thinking about starting. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. But I hope that was helpful. We're going to wrap it up here. And we're going to wrap up these 3 days. Over these 3 days, my goal has been to really kind of open your mind to the possibilities of being able to build a business around your day job and not having to compromise the day job or sacrifice either, but being able to show up and show up excellently in both arenas, which is absolutely possible. I am a living witness to over 2 decades of doing this in my own work life. So if you want help with that and you want to find out more, please do reach out and connect with me on LinkedIn, and then we can go from there. Or drop a comment in here and I'll reach out to you in case you don't have the ability to send personalized message on LinkedIn, which is a premium feature. But other than that, go to, as I said, the workshop. If you want more on this, I'm going to be running this workshop on Thursday, the 30th of July. Go to mildredtalabi.com/expert to income, and you'll be able to register yourself a ticket, and I will be able to guide you in this process if that's what you want. So that's it for now. That's it for the 3 days. It's been wonderful. Thank you so much for tuning in and thank you for being part of my audience for this. I really hope it has been helpful. And if it has, please do let me know. Please do share in the comments or reach out via messaging. But for now, is goodbye until we meet again, if not at the workshop sometime in future. Take care and all the best.